mind of a hustler, hustler. 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 Keep the mind of a hustler, hustler.
Thing going. Welcome to Street Dialogue Podcast, where we get dialogue from a street perspective. And today we have a special guest, Pimptress. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate y'all for having me. Appreciate it.
For sure. Man, we've been trying to get this thing going. You know, we've been busy. But
I know,
we finally
like,
got it done.
Life be life, and I know.
The devil is a lie. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
For sure.
Yeah.
So I like to go into the backstory of people and how they was raised and stuff like that, so people get a backstory. You know, I know you're from Clearwater, Florida, but let's go on to get a backstory of who Pimptress is and what she went through in life and stuff like that for the people who don't know.
All right. What you want to know? What you want me to tell you?
You know, just growing up, how life was for you. You know what I'm saying? Being raised in your household as a woman. You know, your upbringing and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Just a little
so basically, I was raised by a single mother. My father wasn't, really too much around. Honestly, I don't want to get into too much of that, but my mother provided everything for me and my brothers and sisters. I came up actually singing in the church choir, so I've always been musically inclined and stuff like that. And I grew up pretty normal. I can't really complain too much. I mean, I didn't always have everything, but my mom always made sure we did. Really, it ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't grow up rich or nothing like that, but I always had what I needed to have, me and my brothers and sisters, So, I mean, I grew up in a small town. Clearwater's small, outside of Tampa and St. Pete and all that, Queen. So, I mean, I grew up like in the hood basically, and, not too much around, but we have our nice beaches and stuff like that in Clearwater. So, I mean, pretty much that's it. I mean,
Got you. So, what obstacles did you face going through childhood? You know what I'm saying? Growing up with your mother being a single parent and by your father not being there, what obstacles you think you faced as a childhood? And you know what I'm saying? How did that impact you? You know what I'm saying, with that going on?
I mean, just the absence of just not having both parents. Anybody that's been through that and haven't had both parents knows how that feels. You just feel, half loved, like you didn't have that other parent, especially when you see other people grow up with both parents and stuff like that. But like I said, I mean, it bothered me more when I was younger to not have my father around. It still kind of bothered me, but we good and all that now, but I just wish more so when I was younger I would have had that second parent. It didn't really affect nothing with me as far as my growing up. My mom was she's a very smart woman. She's always, my mom was very strict, so I couldn't do what I wanted to do and all that, run the streets and none of that type of stuff like that. So I was brought up pretty decent, to be honest.
Facts. Okay. So you said you was singing when you was younger. I had wanted to dive into that. So you was an actual singer first, right? Before you became a hip hop artist?
I still sing. I just started, in middle school. I started like kind of doing poetry before I ever wanted to even be a rapper or none of that. Like, I started writing poetry, and then it got popular when I was in like 9th, 10th grade high school. And my friends was like, yo, you need to turn this poem into raps. And I'm like, all right. So I tried it out. And, by 16, 17, I started wanting to really be a hip hop artist, a rapper and all that. And from there, I pursued it, and it went.
Got you. So you started writing your actual music, your own music at the age of 13. How did you actually develop that skill set? Because, writing your music at such a young age, that's not actually easy. Like, how did you develop that skill set to write at such a young age?
I say this. So I was always good in language arts. I was great at spelling big words and all. That was my favorite subject.
Yeah.
So I knew big words already. My mother already spoke very, she spoke well and, told us big words and all that. So I was able to maneuver my way around that. And I was good at writing stories. When I was young, everybody knows I used to just write stories in class and stuff. And I could have wrote a book probably, you know what I'm saying? So like I said, I wrote poetry first, turned the poetry into rap. Like, I mean, it was very easy because I was already writing poetry, which words rhyme. So it was very easy to be like, okay, well, I'm going to turn this into a song, right to a beat and see where that takes me.
So do you actually remember your first recording session when you first started recording?
Yeah.
Like, when was that? How was that like? Like, tell me about that.
Okay, so my mom took me to my first recording session with one of my best friends that went to school with me. I can't remember the name of the group we had. It was me and another female. But we went to the studio. My mom took us. I was about 15, like 14, 15. Yeah, so my mother took me she took us to the studio. We recorded that song, went around school. This is the CD era time. So we giving out the CD and letting people hear it and all that. And yeah, that was my first studio experience when my mom took me with my friend. Yeah.
That was in Clearwater?
I actually, that studio was in St. Pete.
Oh, okay. So you had to go and travel and stuff. Okay,
I mean,
that's
not
dope.
far because, St. Pete and Tampa is like right here. That's like right around the corner. So St. Pete is like 20 minutes from, Clearwater. I'm in the middle. So, and then Tampa like 30 minutes, 15, 20, 30 minutes or whatever. So everything right here. So, yeah.
Right. In Florida, we some crazy drivers. I'm from Miami, so 20 minutes, that ain't nothing. That's a skip either way. You feel me?
Hold on now.
So,
we ain't crazy drivers. I blame the tourists because half these people ain't even from here.
that is true. You got a lot of people from the island coming over here with no license. Yeah, that is true though. You feel me?
Yeah.
So you're right
Yeah, but I
about that.
see.
You so right. So what actual schools did you go to growing up?
I went to like from the start, from elementary and up.
Yeah. So we can know.
Okay.
Yeah, from the start.
Yeah, I went to a few different elementary schools. I went to Bel Air Elementary, that's in Bel Air. I went to Plum Elementary, Dunedin Elementary, Palm Harbor Elementary, and then I went to those 4 elementary schools, and then middle school I just went to Dunedin Middle School, and then I went to Dunedin High School.
Got you. So that way, when people see you rise as a star, they go back to this interview, they were like, hold on, I think I remember her. You feel me?
Yeah, I went to a few different elementary schools because I was, back and forth with my grandmother and my mom. My mom worked a lot. Like I told you, she had to work a lot. So, I was just back and forth from my grandmother's house. So I just went to different elementary schools until middle school, it got back right.
Got you. So at 19, you started performing at Tampa Bay nightclubs, right?
Yeah.
So what were some of the hours that you what were some of the clubs that you opened up for, and some of the people that you opened up for when you started performing at these nightclubs? Like, what nightclubs they were? What people were you opening up for at the time?
So Club 112, anybody from the Tampa Bay area that was from that era knows Club 112, Club Underground. I was too young at Access, so I didn't perform there. But I opened up for Lil Wayne, Rick Ross, Trina. I think all at Club Underground or Club 112. I believe between those 2 clubs, that's where that was around their time. They was still, coming to do shows at the clubs and stuff. So they were there. So yeah, I was able to open up for them like way early in my career.
I'm glad you pointed that out. So working with these big time artists, I know you had to learn something as a young artist coming up. What pointers did you learn from these well-seasoned artists when you started performing at the clubs at 19? Like, what did you actually learn from them, watching them do their thing? Like what did you learn and what did you take from them? Watching them perform.
Well, Wayne is like actually Wayne and Trina, those both my favorite artists. So Wayne, I mean, I only saw him perform, there. So I mean, basically I learned from him as far as like how to like approach a crowd and how to get a crowd going. Same thing with Trina. You know what I'm saying? I was still super young, so it was really like scary for me, to be honest. So I didn't really learn much from those performances until like later on. Gradually it came. But to be honest, I naturally was a performer because those weren't even
Right.
my first shows. Like my first show was when I was like 16. I wasn't even supposed to be in the club, but my brother was a promoter, so he was able to get me in there at Club Liquid Blue in Clearwater. And I met a couple artists there too. And
Yeah.
I performed there, did my first show there, rocked the stage, and from there I got my name.
So talking about your name, Pimptress, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta dive into this because first when I hear your name, it come off like, boy, she pimping these hoes and these niggas out here. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? What's going on? Like, how did you come about that name, and what does Pimptress actually mean for the people that don't know?
That's funny you asked me that because I was just talking to one of my brothers about that yesterday, about the name or whatever. And like I told him yesterday, I still don't like the name. I didn't come up with that name, so this is how it originated. I was in a rap group when I first got real serious with the rapping. So I was in a rap group with three of my homeboys I grew up with. They needed a female artist. They needed a female that
Right.
can sing and rap. That's where I came in. I could sing and rap. So they put me in the group, tried me out. I was, perfect for the group. We went on, and you know what I'm saying. So one of the members started calling me Pimptress and telling everybody that was my name in the city. So the first song I did with them, I was saying a different name on the song, and he kept screaming in the ad libs, Pimptress, Pimptress, and so everybody just started calling me that. And he told me that he called me that because like the impact that I had on the guys in the city ain't had nothing to do with no like me pimping no niggas really or no females or nothing like that. It just was
Right.
really like the way the respect level. What's good, y'all? It's your girl Pimptress, and I just want to give a big shout out to Golden Money Team Marketing. Y'all make sure y'all get at them for all promo services, all marketing services, the whole nine, media, all that. Make sure y'all tell them that your girl Pimptress sent you. Guys, what it means? There's so many of them. Not to say no like sexual things, because people run with things, and it wasn't nothing like that. It was
Right.
just like
Right.
the way people, and it's a good thing because I'm glad they looked at it that way. I was very well respected by men around, you know what I'm saying, very well respected. So
Yeah, because with a name like that, you ain't getting over you at all.
nah,
Hold on, like anything I'm
it's on
pimping out
some,
here. You feel me?
yeah, it's really on some like boss type stuff, that's
Yeah.
included because when you know me, you know me. So the people that know me know, like, okay, Pimpress, she on some boss shit. She handle her business, she get her money, and that type of thing.
Got you. So Ace Hood actually put the spotlight on you, on your music and stuff like that. What did that actually mean to you when that happened? When you got that validation from Ace Hood when he shouted you out?
That was dope because I'm also a big fan of him, like especially when he was dropping music and all that back in the day. He's a great artist. So just to have that validation from that stature of artists was incredible for me. So I took that and ran with it.
Got you. Also, I just seen Big Meech posted you as
Yeah,
well. Like, you
yeah.
really making moves out here. You really tapped into the streets for real.
Mhm.
Like, how important was that shout out from Big Meech? He a big name out here, with BMF, highly publicized out here. How important was that for you to get that recognition from a real street nigga out here that was making moves, and you coming from the hood and being from the streets? How important was that, getting that validation from Big Meech and that recognition?
That was very important. It was I was actually in shock because I'm like, Big Meech like heard my music, like, and he not an artist, so it was a little different for me. And then he just getting out and all the situations that's going on, so that was pretty dope. And me and him had a few conversations. We still talking about some other things. So
Okay.
I'm like happy about that, like for real.
Yeah, I hope that turned out real good. So when
Mm-hmm.
did you actually develop the passion for music?
I think I've always had the passion. I think because, like I said, I was singing in the church choir at like 7, 8, and then like stories I've heard from my family. I've obviously been singing since I was like 3 and 4. Like all the old school songs. Whitney Houston was my favorite singer back in the day. My favorite song back in the day was Karen White, Superwoman. I used to walk around at 3 and 4 singing that. So I think
Right.
I just I always had a passion for music. I always knew that I would do something musically.
Okay. Okay. Understood.
Yeah.
So you accomplished the milestone of gaining over 7 million views. How do you feel is important? How important do you feel is it for artists to actually invest in themselves? You being a boss and you invested in your career and hitting that actual milestone of hitting 7 million views. How important is it for artists to invest in themselves?
It
Like,
is.
just give a
That's
little game real quick.
that's the main. I just got off the phone with somebody that's high up, that's a celebrity. I just was on the phone speaking with him about this very same situation, and it is
Mm,
very important. Like I didn't know this, how much you have to invest in the music, like up until like 7, 8 years ago. Like I knew I had to invest, but not deep into the things that I know. Like you got to invest in almost everything that there is, every aspect. You got to really put money behind one thing. And that's another thing. Like
mm,
it's important to stay behind one certain thing as an artist, because you drop 10 singles, you gonna put money behind each one of those. You got to put a bag behind every one of them. So go with what people are gravitating to, and then put the money behind that and stick to that. I've never, this song, my single with Backup, this is the first time in my whole career that I've ever stayed with one single. I get bored and I'm like, oh, I'm on to the next. I said I'm gonna give myself 6, 8 months, maybe a year, and push this song, this record, and look what it's gotten me. It's gotten me, a lot of feedback. They playing it in the clubs all over Florida,
yeah.
different places. And, I'm still working on it. The video drops this Friday. So yeah, it's very important to invest, artists, like dead ass. If you're not investing, then you're not going nowhere at all.
Facts, facts, facts. And Florida is a big market. Miami alone got over 1 million people in it. So, if you can
Yeah.
tap into Florida and get that following in Florida, I mean, you basically can have enough money to push forward your career, getting
Yeah.
booked and stuff like
Uh-huh.
that. So yeah, most definitely I salute you on that,
Yeah.
because Florida is where it's at. That's one of the hubs right now besides
Yeah,
Georgia.
definitely. Right now, definitely, yeah.
So Pretty Enterprise, when did you start that label?
Oh, Pretty Entrepreneurs. It's not a
Pretty
label. It's
Entrepreneurs,
like a
my
it's a
bad.
yeah, it's like a brand. It's just a brand. I started that about uh uh I want to say like maybe 8 to 10 years ago. Yeah, it's just
Okay,
you know, and I'm still like trying to launch something, and working on something, but I got the logos made and all that, and it's just branding. So it's
got
it's like a part of me. I want to do a clothing line, Pretty Entrepreneur, something like that. Just all females that feel pretty, of all sizes, shapes, colors, all that. Like I just want to
that's dope.
cater to, yeah. So yeah, that's a big movement for women for me.
Also, I see that you have a big belief in giving back to the community.
Hmm.
Why is it important to hold charity events and food drives for your community?
Because I mean, people don't have a lot, and I don't have a lot, but I have enough to give to the less fortunate. And I just feel like that, I don't know, something about that makes me feel good about myself. Like I feel good giving to people that's less fortunate, that don't have it. It just makes you feel like good, really, to be honest. So I feel like it's very important. There's a lot of people out here that need help. They don't have anything. They don't, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and all that come around. They don't have families. They don't have food. So it's very important to give back to the community if you got it.
Got you. That's real talk. That's
Mm-hmm.
real talk because, you know, a lot of these people, you know, they really do need that help. So any little help that you can give, especially to the hood, you know, they will be very appreciative of it as
Right,
well.
right. Yeah.
And they will
Definitely.
support you in the long run, you know, because I remember growing up, you know, like you said, Trina, they always was giving back, you
Yeah.
know, in Miami. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So most definitely that's things that's gonna resonate with the kids and they gonna always remember that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah,
They
definitely.
man, I'm just only listening to Pimptress. Like, bro, I don't see none of y'all in the hood doing nothing. Like, so yeah, most definitely.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was a big fan of Trick growing up. You know what I'm saying? He used to always give back to the
Yeah,
community.
Trick actually came to he had a little free festival here in Clearwater. I want to say like 2000, like it was a while ago, but it was
Right.
giving back, and it was called Trick Love the Kids Festival. I had went out there, met him, took pictures, and he was giving away all kind of toys and stuff to kids. This was in the middle of the summer, and he ain't have to do that, but he came out, gave away a bunch of food, all kind of stuff, barbecue, all of that. So
Right.
I applaud stuff like that.
Okay. So let's talk about the merch. The grind don't stop. What inspired you to create that?
I feel like everybody has a grind in some sort of way. You trying to get to something, you know what I'm saying? So I just feel like my grind will never stop at whatever it is I'm doing, even if it's not just music, work, whatever, you know, because I do a number of things. So and I just felt like it would resonate to a lot of people, men and women could both, you know, gravitate
Yeah.
to my grind don't stop. So your grind don't stop. It shouldn't stop ever. So that's where that came from. I grind for everything I got. So it only made sense to come up with that, and you know I got my merch out and people love it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Merch is a major source of income too, for sure.
yeah, definitely.
Artists most definitely need to invest in that because
Hmm.
you most definitely can make money off the merch, you
Yeah,
know, and get
yeah,
that
definitely.
income coming in besides the album sales because, you know, we just getting penny off the dollar. You know, you got to get millions and millions of streams. So by you being
Yeah,
active out there with the merch, you know, interacting with fans, you know what I'm saying? People getting to know who you are as a person. Like, yo, I see you doing the interview runs, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you constantly busy. So
yeah.
most definitely salute to that.
Appreciate
The grind
it.
don't stop.
Yeah, yeah, never do.
So oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So as a female artist, were there any obstacles that you face, especially dealing with a male dominant industry, coming up in the game that you can remember? Like, what was some of the obstacles that you face, and what warnings do you have for other females that are coming up in the game that they need to watch out for?
I mean, okay, so a lot of a lot of times guys don't like to listen to women speak period in regular conversation, so that's the same thing in the industry. Men aren't listening to us, and then that's one thing, and that's a pet peeve of mine. Like, just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I don't have something to say. Then also,
Right.
like, of course, a lot of us women, obviously, you gotta separate sexual favors and all that stuff from business. Like, they're gonna come
Mm.
at you in each way and every way they can and say this and say that. I'm not with none of that. You know what I'm saying? At all.
Right.
So, you know, those are the type of things that we go through as female artists, and you know, just I mean, it's just harder for females, period. We have to make sure everything is perfect hair. And a rapper can look however, and he just got to put some clothes on, like, and that's it. We have to make sure everything is right. We criticize about everything, like, you know what I'm saying? We judged about every aspect about us. Our bodies are judged. Our weight, our you know, face, our look, our image. So it's all like it's just, yeah, I faced a lot of obstacles.
Damn, that's real talk. I ain't never look at it like that. How you
Mm-hmm.
putting it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a lot. You know what I'm saying? For a female, yeah, like you saying, wait. But you know, a lot of these female artists and even some male artists, a lot of heavy set.
Hey, it's your boy, Bigger Rankin, man. One time for Golden Money Team Marketing If you want any type of marketing, as long as it got something to do with music, any type of media, anything, hit him up, man. For real. He is the one. He is him.
Actually crushing it in the game right now. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
you
definitely.
starting to move past that a little bit. You got to accept people for who they are and their
Yes.
natural beauty,
Mm-hmm.
because everybody is packaged
Right,
differently. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right.
So let's get into the music back up. So what was your creative process behind that song? What was your creative thoughts when creating that song?
Okay, so basically, the artist that's on the song with me, Jit Faye, he from Tampa. Shout out to him. He's also the producer. So he's a big time producer. He's done music for a lot of artists. NBA YoungBoy, I believe, Kodak, couple other people too. Made some beats for him. But anyway, so we've been talking about doing music. So we get together and he wants to do something from scratch. So he's like, come to the studio. I shoot down to Tampa. I go to the studio. He makes the beat right then and there in front of me. We create the beat right there. And then
Yeah.
I start coming up with my part of the hook. And I'm like, I kind of think we should go back and forth on it. Like some back and forth. I told him, I said, like on some Trina Tricks type
I was just
vibes or whatever.
I was
Yeah.
just thinking that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like I was trying, so that's what I heard when I heard the beat. So I came up with my part of the hook. He came back, rebutted me. I came back, rebutted him, and that's how that went. And then I don't even remember us writing the verse. I think we just went and spit the verse like, punch in type thing. And the song was done. And that was the process. Like, and we just knew from there, like, that was it. We put it out there, let people hear a couple snippets, and they ran with it.
Right, right. Another one that I like that you made was called Stacking Up. So let's go
Okay.
into your creative process in that and your thought process in that. What is that song actually about? And what was your thought process when you was creating that song, Stacking Up?
Okay, so again, another feature artist. His name's AO Certified. He from Tampa as well. Shout out to him. We were in the studio together. We go to the same studio, so we was already in the studio. We already had music before that. So, if I'm trying to remember correctly, I think I don't know. I came up with that hook. I just heard that. I came up with the hook, and from there we just went. I just You know what I'm saying? I can't really remember the exact process. I just know, like, a lot of times if I hear a beat, I can come up with the hook right away, and then from there I know what I want to do with it. I know if I'm gonna feature an artist. I know if it's just gonna be me.
Got you, got you. So
Yeah.
Keisha and Walk, right? I was kind of confused on that. So how did you come up with that title? Like what's going on with this one right here, Keisha and Walk? Like, what is
Okay.
this actually about for people that don't
Okay.
know? Because I was like, I had to ask you about this one, man.
Yeah.
So what's going on with Keisha and Walk?
Okay. So Keisha and WAP, they call Gucci Man WAP, and Keisha is his wife.
Oh,
So
oh,
yeah. So yeah, you ain't
okay.
catch on.
I damn sure didn't.
Yeah. So
Okay.
actually, she actually commented on the song. When that was great. She commented on it, put the fire emoji. She liked it, and I was
Yeah.
just really trying to get their attention, and I did. I ended up doing that anyways, and then I got LA to go. LA to go. Signed to So Def with Jermaine Dupri. He's another artist from Tampa. So I decided to put him on the song. What he wanted to get on the song, and that we went there from there.
I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, it's just on like, and if you listen to the song, we just talking about like a male and a female on their wifey husband type stuff, like Keisha and Gucci Man. But I just named it, I called them what they call WAP. They call him that. So I was like Keisha and WAP. And then
That's why I
on the
like.
beat, yeah, the beat was had a sample in it. Matter of fact, Jit Faye made that beat, and the beat was it had the Plies and T-Pain
Yeah,
sample in it. And I
got
switched it around still came up with Keisha and WAP.
that was very creative of you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I had to ask. That's why I like asking artists and getting in their mindset, because sometimes a lot of people speak in metaphors and stuff like that. So you might not know what it actually means until the artist actually break the song down.
Mm-hmm.
So I most definitely like to get into the music. So one of my last ones, I think this is a dope song, "Be a Hoe."
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so can you break down the concept of that song, "Be a Hoe"?
Okay. So who my producer? One second, my bad.
Nah, you good, you good, you good.
So that was an easy one because if you listen, it already was saying "be a hoe" during the beat. You know when he made it, and that's shout out to Brother Beats. He's out in Texas. He made beats for Paul Wall. But anyways, it was simple. So I instead of saying, I could have went a different way and talked about being a hoe. I in the song was telling females ways to not be a hoe. Be a hoe or be a boss
Exactly.
bitch, or be a hoe or be a lost bitch. You know what I'm saying? So I
I,
switched it and flipped it. Yeah,
yeah, I felt that was dope. That was very creative. You feel me? You
yeah.
could be misled by the title though, for sure. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but it was catchy. So and it was already in the song. It was no way I could switch it because it was already in there. So I just kept it. But I said, I'm gonna be me, and I'm gonna switch it around to kind of give a message to females to be something else. So I'm just telling you to be a boss bitch, or be a lost bitch, and be a hoe, or whatever you want to do. I don't know. Some people it's some rich hoes out there. It's some rich, whatever. So I'm not knocking nobody. I don't got no judgment here.
Facts, facts, facts. I just got a few more questions, then we're gonna wrap it up, Queen. So,
Mm-hmm.
have you ever made any bad choices that you learned from in the music industry coming up?
Oh, a lot, a lot.
Like,
Yeah.
what is one that you felt like that really impacted you in the choice you made, even if it was contractually? You know what I'm saying? Taking somebody's word for it. Like, what choice you felt that you made that was a bad choice that you actually can learn from, that other artists can learn
All of the above. Everything you just named, I done did it. Been there,
from?
done it. I made all them bad decisions and a couple times over, and I learned from them.
Right, 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 right. So, what do you feel that as artists we need to be aware of? You know what I'm saying? Especially in the game, in this music business, they forget it's not only music, but it's also a business. So, what do you think artists need to be aware of coming up in the music industry that they need to be aware of? From things that you learned from the bad choices that you made in the music industry
Uh,
that you learned.
read fully read your contracts, and if you don't fully understand it, definitely take it to some type of entertainment lawyer, some type of lawyer that has knowledge. When
Right.
you signing any type of deals, that could be a brand deal, all of it, because that small fine print is gonna say something that you really don't know. So be aware of what you sign into, because you could be signing your whole catalog away. You know, so yeah, there's a lot, and that's one thing. And then just be aware of people online, because they be fishing trying to find local talent or any type of talent that they feel that doesn't have the knowledge, and they'll say, oh, I can get you this, I can get you that. You send the
Right.
money and you never gonna hear from them again. And it just saves you time. Be very skeptical, because it's so hard that it's getting real hard now to differentiate between the two of who's real and who's fake. You know what I'm
Right, and it
saying?
could
So
be a real page, as you saying. They might not be running their page, and somebody could be doing some stuff on their page that they ain't supposed to be doing. So everything you saying, that's free game right there. I hope
yeah,
y'all listening now, for
yeah, I'm
sure.
telling you, y'all, pay attention, because I'm telling you,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. So, uh, this a nice this one right here. You might have to get this one a little thought. Give me your top 5 artists out of Florida. Your top
Out of
5 out of Florida.
out of Florida, in no particular order, I'm gonna say
In no
Trina,
particular order.
Trina,
Okay. Okay.
um, Ross,
Mm.
um, what's his name?
What? Ball Greasy. Plies.
Mm,
JT Money.
them, I know them too personally. I know JT Money. I don't, Yeah, I would put JT Money on there. He's a legend in Florida. Did I say Trick
Facts.
yet? Trick?
No. Nope.
Okay, you
Okay.
got to put Trick on there. And then I'm trying to think because it's a younger artist. I'm bad with names right now. What's his name?
Let me try to think. Out of Miami or where he out?
Golden Boy. Golden Boy. Golden Boy.
Golden Boy. Okay. Okay.
Rob.
Okay.
And then I gotta add was that 4 or 5?
I think you said Trina, Ross, Rick, JT Money, and Golden Boy. You said.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say, and it's a lot more. I'm gonna say Doshi, because
Okay.
she's so early in her career, and it's just legendary. That for her to be from right here in Tampa, and she done won like Grammys. And she's a female, so I have to put her on there too.
Fact.
So shout out to all the Florida artists. Shout out to Doshi.
Got you. Okay, so now that we got Florida out the way, I would like to know your top 5 artists in hip hop and in R&B, since you also do singing. Which one
All
you
right, let's do
want to give first? Hip hop or R&B first?
hip hop.
Okay, let me get your top 5 in hip hop. They don't
Missy Elliott,
have to be no particular order. Okay, Missy. Okay.
Pac,
All right.
Wayne,
Okay. Okay.
Lauryn Hill.
Yeah. Yeah. Hold on, Lauryn Hill. Yeah. She kind of mixture of both too.
Yeah, I could use her. Missy sang and rap too.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'm gonna put them. I'm gonna put them in the hip hop. I'm gonna put them in the hip hop one. So I said Pac, Wayne, Missy, Lauren, and one
Yeah.
more. Hmm.
These are all great artists that you picked too.
What's happening? This LA from Trina CNT. Make sure y'all tune in. Golden Money Team Marketing, man, for all your needs. Musicians, businesses, brands. Reach out to them. Tell them LA from Trina CNT.
Good ones too. It's like
Put
hard
2
to
at
put
the
them.
5. If you want to put 2 at the 5 slot, you can do that. You can add 2. A lot of people throw 2 in there at the end.
I'm thinking 3 right now.
Okay,
3 females.
what's the last 3?
Okay.
What's the last?
I gotta say Lil' Kim. I gotta say Foxy Brown, and I gotta say Eve.
Oh, that's dangerous right there.
Yeah.
That's a lineup. That's a lineup.
Yeah,
Sure.
I gotta say, yeah. I
I like
love a lot of artists, but if I'm picking a list, it's gonna be legendary. So I always put Missy always on all my lists.
Yeah, she was very versatile too. She paved the way for a lot of females. The Brat too. The Brat actually paved the way too. I think she was the first.
Listen, I was gonna say the Brat. Like I wanted to say her. I wanted to even put Nikki now because Nikki is pretty much. Yeah, it's like Nikki done did a lot in the past 10 to 15 years. So it's like, it's hard to say.
Right.
I can't, but there's that list though. Y'all got my top.
Okay, so for R&B, what you got for your top 5 for R&B then? What you say, the top 5 for R&B? What you got?
Dead or alive?
Yeah. All time.
Whitney Houston. Brandy. She's a vocal Bible. Mary J. Blige, because she just has way too many songs just way too many hits.
Her catalog is crazy.
Exactly. So I said Whitney, Mary, Brandy. Oh man, Patti LaBelle.
Ooh. Okay.
I saw her in St. Pete 2 years ago. I be liking to go see legendary people. Let me see who else. God is somewhere. Who can make this list? God is so many people. There's so many artists. I'm trying to think. R&B, R&B. You know what? I'm gonna say somebody new, Coco Jones, because that's who I'm vibe with her right now.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. That's a nice
Like,
list.
but put
That's
her,
most definitely
like, I could put her and Jasmine Sullivan in the same place.
right,
Like,
right. But you know what?
yeah,
They've been going after our legends. What you feel about all these people like in the music industry that they're attacking? Like everybody ain't moving right. Like it's a lot. If you ain't get hit with a RICO, you get hit with a assault case or any type of case. You feel me? Like what you feel about the state of hip hop right now, and how do you feel we need to move, especially as black people,
I feel like
with money, with all this
I feel
stuff
like
going
it's
on?
going downhill. We not even enjoying the music no more because we so involved in what these people doing with their lives. A lot of times we didn't know nothing about what they were going through before because everything was in magazines and stuff like that. Now social media is just you can just make some shit up and say it, and then people gonna run with it, and you have no
Right,
evidence, no nothing. We don't know what happened with none of them people. We don't know what happened with R. Kelly. I love his music. I do not know that
right,
man. I do not know what he did.
right.
Diddy has put a lot of people out there. I've heard a lot of bad things about him. I
And you
don't know
know,
what he did. That ain't
news
got nothing to do with me. I
fact, and
really,
you never know what's truth or what's real on the news, because even with with the government, they have their own little thing where they putting out fake news.
yeah,
We don't know
definitely.
what's real out here, for
Mm-mm.
real.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
once you get to that level of stardom, how do you feel like you would move? Would you, because a lot of people want to know your what's going on in your actual life. Would you be more private seeing what's going on?
Would I be more private? Would
Yeah, because a lot of people want to see how your kids
Oh
look.
yeah,
They want to know how
no,
your mama look.
yeah,
They want to know what
yeah.
you're doing
I don't
next.
think.
Like,
Yeah,
what you suggest?
I'm already very private. People don't really know nothing
Right,
about what I got going on, and I don't let people in too much. I'm trying to let my fans know a little bit more, but
right,
just not too much. You don't
right,
need to know if I have kids, if I don't have them. You don't need to know what they look like. That has nothing. They not selling the music. They not giving you you're not a fan of my kids or my if I have them or not or my man or whatever is going on
right,
with me. None of that is important. So I would be very proud. They would be very mad at me because you wouldn't know nothing. People already they be so confused. They don't, and I
right.
love it. Mind your
And if you're
business.
a fan, you shouldn't even much care about nothing but the music anyway. Like, why
Yeah,
do you
like
want
as
to get
long as I'm
involved?
not, if as long as I'm not doing anything harming anybody, and because I can understand you not respecting me and don't not want you don't want to listen to my music because I beat children or something like crazy.
Right,
But if you haven't heard
right.
nothing, you need to just be focused on what I got going on musically because that's what's important. Yeah.
Facts. Just to get off topic a little bit, then we're gonna wrap it up. Did you hear what happened to Chris Brown going to the UK? How they set Chris Brown up, man? This is crazy, man. We like all artists. Real talk. If somebody's below you, do not stoop to their level. You at
Mm-mm.
this level for a reason. I don't care what somebody say. You know what I'm saying? As long as nobody ain't trying to do harm to you, you got to walk away from situations. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You can't be the one that actually, you know, make the first move. Like, what you feel about what's going on with Chris Brown, man? They totally just
I hate
set
it.
him up and
I hate it. He's another one. He's not on the list or nothing, but he's up there with one of my favorite artists. I've seen him perform a million times, and I hate it. I think this a big setup. I think it's a
yeah,
big setup. There's cause
and the
it's like
dude
why
trying to sue him. Yeah,
I'm
that's
just tired of it. I'm so tired of seeing I can't even lie. I'm tired of seeing all these my black people like you said, they either catching a Rico, like Dirk and all them. They try to get everybody. Like and if they can't get them that way, they gonna get them with a sexual assault. I'm trying to figure out why these white actors, why these white rappers that's thugged out and hanging with these niggas, why y'all don't got your eyes on them? Why they not thinking about
yeah,
them? What about these actors and actresses that done molested and raped and all that kind of stuff is going on, and no one's saying nothing about what they got going on? It's just we getting put on podcasts just to speak about other black people. That's what I'm saying, but Just like Mike
Facts.
Epps said on Shay. Mike Epps said, why you ain't get Brad Pitt or somebody on here? Shay, like, come on, come interrogate them the same way you doing these black actors and stuff.
Facts. Facts. It got to be a hidden agenda. So most definitely, you know, we got to move right out here for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We got to be aware of what's going on, and you can't let nobody trick bag you. You know what I'm saying? Because like with Chris Brown, you know, Buddy disrespecting him or whatever the case may be. You know, you're a high profile celebrity. Only thing they're looking for is a lawsuit. Yeah. All they see is money when you come around. So
right.
You got to most definitely, you don't know nobody intentions right now. Everybody are up right now.
Yeah. I heard, I don't know if it's true, if you heard this part, but I heard that Chris Brown didn't even really hit the person. The bottle flew past the person. So
I can believe that.
What is he being charged with then?
Exactly. Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. So what new projects do you have coming out, and what should we expect from you in the future, Pimptress?
Expect a project, like a EP. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna probably drop like a little mixtape type thing on some. I'm going back to the Lil Wayne era. Like I'm gonna do like probably like a good 6 to 10 raw, the hottest beats, and you know, just drop something, and then probably after that I'll do an EP or something, a short EP, and maybe another single this summer. But just be on the backup is it. We finna slide back up all summer.
We pushing that. We pushing that.
So,
most definitely.
Yeah. Tell your people to play that at their pool parties, all that. They whatever type of parties we finna run it.
Man, we gonna have to definitely collaborate on the marketing side as well. We go to Money Team Marketing. Make sure you shoot me a clip of that.
Yeah.
And we gonna most definitely run that up, because I'm a full supporter of all my Florida artists. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Point blank period. Mm-hmm. So I'm always pushing the goal with that. So where can people actually find you at when they looking for you on social media, or you know what, you know, your social platforms? Where can people find you at, and how can they look you up?
All right, so you can find me here on Instagram, Pimptress, Pimptress 4_. That's how you gonna find me on here. Twitter, Pimptress _. YouTube, just type in Pimptress. You'll see all my music videos, my whole catalog of my music videos. I have quite a bit of them. Y'all make sure y'all go run them up, all of them. The new video backup drops this Friday on YouTube, 12 p.m. Eastern. So in Spotify, Apple Music, Pimptress. I'm everywhere. There's not a place you can't find my music. I'm on SoundCloud, Pimptress everywhere.
For sure. So y'all heard that. If y'all looking for on IG, Pimptress 4_. Pimptress on Spotify, Apple Music. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go run up, back up. Y'all run that up for me for sure. We got to get that going. And I most definitely appreciate you for coming on the show. This show is sponsored by Go to Money Team Marketing. Anybody need marketing, y'all follow Go to Money Team Marketing on Instagram. Do them a DM. Make sure you also follow Pimptress on IG. Pimptress 4_, y'all. The number 4. 4 live. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all do that. Any last words you got for the fans out there before we wrap it up? Any last words?
Just one more time, my new video. For those of you that don't know, my single drop, it's on all platforms, Backup, featuring Jit Faye. Y'all can find that on all platforms. Like I told you before, the new video drops this Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern, on YouTube. And go check it out. Make sure y'all run that up, share, comment, like, save, all that type of stuff. And just keep supporting it. Y'all be real out there. Be blessed, all that type of stuff. That's all I got to say. I love all my fans and my supporters. Appreciate y'all. For anybody that's on this live and that was on this live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Queen. We're going to wrap it up like I tell everybody. Salute.
Salute. All right. Appreciate
and we
you.
out.
All right.
All right.
Hey y'all, it's Ari Music here. Listen, if you're looking for any marketing, any promotional tools, things of that sort to give you that extra little push that you need, make sure you hit up Golden Money Team Marketing for all the things that you need. See y'all soon.
Keep the mind of a hustler. Mind of a hustler. Mind of a hustler, hustler. Mind of a hustler, hustler. Mind of a hustler.